Battle is heating up between Texas Governor Greg Abbott and the Biden administration.
That's right. Governor Abbott is sending busloads of migrants and asylum seekers to the nation's capital. The move is in protest of President Biden's decision to wind down the Trump-era policy known as Title 42. The policy was implemented during the COVID-19 pandemic. It allows officials to refuse asylum seekers at the border due to public health emergency protocol. Let's bring in CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes now for more on this. Hi, Nancy. So, this is part of a big sort of overhaul Governor Abbott is attempting. He's also easing some of the restrictions at the border when it comes to those truck inspections. What more can you tell us about this standoff between the Texas governor and the Biden administration?
Well, I can tell you, hey, Tanya, hey, Michelle, that he has relented at some points on the border where he has cut deals with governors of particular Mexican states. He was coming under increasing pressure to do something because these stepped up inspections that he had suddenly put into place at border crossings were causing major backups, major delays for trucks filled with produce trying to get from Mexico into the United States. And you started to have trade organizations warn that the price of everything from strawberries to lettuce was going to go up, could perhaps even double unnecessarily because of these major delays. Well, what Governor Abbott argued was that he needed to step up inspections to keep Texans safe. And so he was having Texas state patrollers do these inspections. But now he says he's cut deals with a couple of governors. So he's relenting in those areas. But there are still major backups at other ports of entry. And you've got the Customs and Border Patrol saying this is redundant because they already do inspections on a regular basis. But clearly the governor is trying to make a point here, arguing that Texans bear the brunt of the federal government's immigration policies. And as part of that, just to get a little more attention, he's also sending busloads of migrants up here to Washington, D.C. The White House hasn't been as concerned about that. They're basically calling it a stunt. But it certainly has had the desired effect of getting Governor Abbott and his views quite a bit of attention.
Yeah, I call it the exclamation point on the point being made. On another note, the Biden administration has also discussed sending a senior administration official to Ukraine this holiday weekend. Yep. Do we know who that might be and whether or not, because there's a lot of discussion as to whether or not President Biden might make the trip himself?
Right. Well, there's a lot of discussion about that because the president has made it clear that he would like to go to Ukraine. When we were in Poland a couple of weeks ago, he actually said that he had asked if he could go and he was told no, obviously for security reasons. But Jen Psaki, the White House press secretary, said again last night that the president himself will not be going to Ukraine anytime soon. Obviously, there are security concerns. There are also timing concerns. He'd have to fly most likely to Poland, get on a train, take a train for many hours into Ukraine, ostensibly meet with the Ukrainian president, Vladimir Zelensky, and then take a train back to Poland. So you're looking at a trip that would take several days. That doesn't mean that there isn't some other Biden administration top official who might be going soon. The names that we've heard discussed are the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin. No confirmation from the White House yet, and really no indication of whether this is the kind of thing that they would only reveal once it had happened for security reasons, or whether we'd get a heads up beforehand that it was going to happen. But clearly, the White House became more interested in this idea once we saw leaders from other countries, the president of Poland, presidents from other Eastern European countries, Boris Johnson from the UK, all making the trip into Ukraine to show support for the Ukrainian government. And the White House believes there's value to doing that.
Yeah, the president's critics pointing out it's not a good look not to be standing front and center, even with all of the backdoor diplomacy. Nancy Cordes, thank you so much.